setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
Welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. I'm glad you've joined me. Sorry, I let the music play there just a little bit longer because I was enjoying my coffee. It was good. Today's topic is getting refocused. I'll be right back.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518. Or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
I don't know where you're listening to me from or where you're at, but today's a rainy day where I'm at, and it is a beautiful day. I love rainy days. I love the day where I don't have to go out and mow my lawn. Or I don't have to prune trees or do that hard manual labor. And I've been away from this house for quite a while because I've been down in my Palm Beach house getting that ready and getting my offices ready. So I look out at my lawn here in South Carolina, and it has grown. But it's raining, so I can't go out and mow it because I don't want to get everything clogged up. So I'm happy for a rainy day. I love these rainy days. I was thinking yesterday about a crisis that I went through and how it affected me, and that I almost was at that point where I wanted to give up, right? But I had to keep going. I had to keep focused. In fact, I had to refocus and come up with a brand new outlook on what I needed to do. Employees were leaving because of what had happened. Clients were leaving. They were calling me names. And it had nothing to do with what I had done. I had done nothing. But it was what a business partner had done. And he had offended many of our clients. And they were calling in, and they were calling me all kinds of names. And I said, why are you calling me names? Because I didn't do anything to you. And nor did this other guy do anything to you. It only affected a few clients. But it was a tough situation because I didn't know in which direction to go. Refocusing is hard to do when you're in a crisis, but it has to be done because if you don't do it, everything will fall apart. Those individuals who are depending upon you, your clients, your staff, and family members, it goes on and on. So you have to refocus. You have to rededicate what you used to love to do and do it even better the next time around. And you had to speak and communicate with everybody who called in and spend time explaining the situation to them. But I had to refocus. I mean, I wanted to run. I wanted to give up. I wanted to go to Timbuktu where no one could find me. And the problem is, and I had to realize this, is that I had done nothing wrong. But it was up to me to keep things going. But, it was also a good time in my life because I thought, okay, what do I really want to do with my life? And one of the things that when I first started the company, I really worked as a consultant and as an advisor. And I help companies do things better. I got them refocused. And that's what I love to do. And the other thing that I loved since 1984 until this very moment, I have been helping companies and individuals and husbands and wives and families, because when you are a tax guy, when they come in, you hear every problem that they have. You may not want to hear the problem, but you hear it because you are the tax guy and you are dealing with the most confidential matters of their life, and that's their taxes and their finances. And all of the things of the family and of the business that makes up their taxes. I enjoyed that time and enjoyed the mediation side of it, of bringing the people in and listening to both sides. And I've done it since 1984. I enjoyed doing that. Taxes, I didn't really enjoy that much. And I had to come to grips with myself. You know what? When this crisis happened, maybe now is the time that I refocus on what I want to do in business. So I completely revamped the model. And for 3 years, I've slowly but surely shut down the individual tax side of my business. When I had 3,500 clients. But I felt that was not what I wanted to do anymore. I loved working with the businesses, so I kept my business clients. But I loved working with businesses, and I loved guiding them, and I loved coaching them. I loved doing the consulting side of it, and working with the owners and the board of directors. And I loved the mediation side. I loved being able to sit down with individuals and resolving issues. I love that part of life. And especially that part of my business life. So that's what I decided to do. I decided to refocus on what I wanted to do in life. Something that was going to make me happy. And that's why I chose to focus more on the business advisory side of business and of individuals. So sometimes it takes a crisis to make a change or to refocus on what you really want to do in business. Now, I was good at taxes. My staff were really good at taxes. And I enjoyed the part of being really good. And I studied hard to be really good at whatever I was going to do. And I do that to this day. I'm constantly learning on how to be better so that my clients can benefit what knowledge that I have and what guidance that I can give them. But sometimes it takes a crisis, and sometimes it takes something in our life to make a change so that you are doing something that you really love. Now, I'll tell you another story on getting refocused. I had a client, I would say very successful. They owned a company where they had laser machinery that made medical equipment for hearing aids and everything else. So there was really minute, down to the detail type of work that they did. And they had built this thing up. I mean, they had 3 machines that was going on, that was working all the time. But then all of a sudden, business started to drop down, started to get lower and lower until finally they had hardly no business going through their shop. So the wife got really frustrated. She says, "Mike, we need to come in and talk to you." And so they came in, sat down, And so I usually let people talk, and I let the husband talk. I said, so what's going on with you? And so he went on. He had energy. Now, the wife had frustration. You could see it in her body language. You could see it in her face. She was frustrated because no business was coming in. The husband began to talk about wanting to move to Santa Barbara, wanting to go fishing and buying a boat. And he wanted to also design watches. And he had these platinum watches he wanted to design, and he had all the details down on the spring instruments. He had everything down. Unfortunately, there was no business coming in on his real business. And so I asked him, I said, do you enjoy the business that you own? Oh, yes, I love it. I said, so what's happening right now that's causing you to go off into other directions? And he sat there and thought. And he said, you know what, really, I enjoy my business. But I'm frustrated because I am tired of going out and trying to find new business all the time, because I'm the only one that does it. He was frustrated. He was working in the process of his business that he did not enjoy. He enjoyed running the machines. He enjoyed making the product that his clients wanted him to make. He enjoyed that. He loved that. But he got to a point where marketing and sales was not his thing. He was a good talker. I mean, he loved to talk. And sometimes he would get to going talking that you couldn't even shut him up. But the problem is he did not know how to close a deal. He didn't know how to sell. He had a weakness. And he gave up. And so his mind went off into other tangents of designing watches and buying a boat and going out and fishing, which is an escape mode. Moving to Santa Barbara, where it's very beautiful and very lush and is almost paradise on the California coast. I love Santa Barbara. Next to the ocean, beautiful mountains. It's a beautiful place. It's a place to escape. He was choosing everything in his life where he wanted to escape to and to escape from. So we sat down and we developed a plan. And part of it was to take the marketing side away from him and hire a part-time marketer to go out there who enjoyed marketing. It was their life to market, so that he could get back to running his machines, the thing that he really loved to do. He wanted to sell everything off, and he didn't even care really what prices he was going to get from it. Even though some of his machinery was worth almost $100,000. He was willing to get rid of everything because he wanted to escape from the thing that he did not love to do, and that was marketing and sales. And I can understand this point because I hate marketing and sales too. I am the kind of guy who will probably talk you into not buying that thing because it isn't right for you. I am that kind of a guy. I'm the honest guy who's going to say, listen, this just is not for you. But we get unfocused because we're doing something that we don't like to do. And so we try to run, we try to escape from it. And this happens every single day in business because there are people who get to a certain point and then they don't want to deal with it anymore, even though they love what they're doing. But they don't like one aspect of the process. For a long time, one of the mottos of my company was, we are here to let you focus on what you do best. And we will take on the things that you don't do best, like the accounting side, the finance, the taxes. That was one of our mottos for a long, long time. And it worked. And so sometimes we have to bring in people that do what we don't like to do, but they love to do it. We have to do it sometimes. We have to make the right decisions and bring in the right people to help us refocus on what we need to do or what we enjoy doing. Each and every single one of us gets to that point. And at some point in time, it's good to bring in a third party that can sit down with you and go over the issues that are in your mind or in your heart. And I always tell people, there's always an answer to everything. There is an answer to every issue. But you just need to spit it out sometimes and communicate what the problems are so that we can get to the answer. So I do that so often with my clients. I notice, like, when I am doing family issues, mediating family issues, there is a real struggle within. And they think, I don't know if we're ever going to resolve this because I don't know how to resolve it. Well, sometimes it takes the mere fact of bringing someone in to communicate what all those issues are. To every issue, there is an answer. There's a problem-solving resolution. But you need to talk to someone about it. And there's nothing wrong talking to someone. A business coach or a consultant, business coach, has the ability to understand and ask the right questions for you to understand and to come to a new refocusing point in your business life or even in your personal life. To every issue, there is a solution. Now, sometimes you may not like the solution, but it is a solution that needs to be done in order for you to get to the next step. That's one of the things in business, is that it's very easy to get burned out. It's very easy. But there's always a way to deal with that burnout so that it does not hurt or harm the individuals around you. But the key to everything, I tell you, the key to life, into a successful life, into a successful business, is this communication process that you have to go through every single day. And once you know how to communicate, you can let go of some of these frustrations and get somebody to respond back to you and come to a plan of action of where you need to be next. And you'd be surprised how that changes everything by just sitting down and communicating and putting together a plan. I tell everybody, if you're going to run your life or if you're going to run your business, get yourself that journal and start writing down your plan of action. What are you going to do for this week? What are you going to do for this quarter? What are you going to do for this month? What are you going to do for this year? Write down a plan of action. Now, that plan is going to be tweaked because things happen during the year. We have to realize that. But we don't give up. We tweak it. We change it. We adapt. And our frustration levels, when we learn how to do that, becomes much lower. Now, getting back to my client, we were able to refocus on his business and rebuild his business. And he was also able to take some time off so that he could go fishing and so that he could work on his watches when he wanted to. But we had to refocus his thought process just slightly. and get rid of that frustration of that one aspect of life of marketing and sales and give it to somebody else so that he could focus on his business. It happens. That is the part of business life. And sometimes it's a part of our own personal lives. But just by him sitting down with me and talking the process through, things begin to click in his mind. And he began to refocus and to get back into the role of life and not trying to escape. It's okay to take mini vacations and mini escapes. That's fine. But not to run away from an issue or run away from a problem. It's the best approach always to sit down, talk to someone, identify the issue, and work the issue through and plan it out. So I encourage each and every single one of you, if you're at that point where you feel that you're in your business or in your professional life or in your family life and you're just so frustrated, sit down and talk with somebody. Send me a text. Tell me you need to talk. It's going to cost, because that's what I do for a living. But it's something that has to be done. Life is about resolving the issues that is affecting you from moving forward. It's so easy to run away, but it takes real chutzpah to sit there and resolve the problem. I encourage each and every single one of you, if you're at that point, resolve it. Get refocused on what you need to do in your life. Reach out to a business coach or a life coach or an individual who can advise you and guide you. You have a choice. You have a choice of running away or heading it straight on and resolving the issue. The worst part of life is walking around frustrated. Walking around with a heavy heart and something on your shoulders that you can't remove. You feel like you can't remove it, but in reality you can. Because there are people out there that can sit there and listen to you and help you and walk you through the process. Business is complicated already. But once you put together frustration and the complication of business, then that's when you tend to give up and you want to escape. You want to run away. Although I must say, if you're going to run away to Santa Barbara, you've picked a really good place. Expensive, but a very nice place. If you need help or if you need to talk, send me a text at 818-252-5682. 818-252-5682. Send me a text with a message, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. For those of you out there who have heard about my dogs, Skippy, Zoe, Buddy, they're sitting here wanting to know when they're going to get fed. So I'm selling a book to help them get fed, and it's called Ethically Thinking It's Not That Hard, and it's on sale at Amazon.com. So once again, it's Ethically Thinking It's Not That Hard by Michael Lodge on Amazon.com. Reach out there, help the dogs, because they need it. You know, I hate to sell anything. I'm telling you right now. So I'm blaming it on the dogs. If I have to sell something, it's because of the stupid dogs. But they're very thankful. Ethically Thinking, It's Not That Hard on Amazon.com by Michael Lodge. Get out there and buy it today. So everyone go out, have a very good day. Do great things in life. and let's keep plugging along here. I'll talk with you soon. This is Michael Lodge.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
This podcast is produced by Michael Lodge and fully content